What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj. Today we're going to be talking about an amazing performance of yesterday in the NBA. It's just been absolutely ridiculous. The NBA so far, as you guys may know, the scoring numbers people are putting up is just so unprecedented. I mean, we've seen such amazing scoring outputs from players across the league. There are around 30 players in the NBA averaging 20 or more points per game, something like that, I remember. But it's just been ridiculous. I mean, we got a lot of guys just scoring a lot of points, being really aggressive and, being stars in this league. And we're going to be talking about, again, a guy that really is just putting on a show for us fans who want to see a 5'9" guy absolutely dominate an NBA basketball game. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, look at a guy like Isaiah Thomas of the Boston Celtics. This guy comes into the league, picks 60th overall, primarily because of his height. I mean, you know that they didn't pick him 60th overall because he wasn't good enough to be picked in the first 59. I know that's true. He barely gets in the NBA. Most of the second rounders that are picked, a lot of them, they don't even play in the NBA. If they do, they play for a few years and they're gone, or they barely play. Maybe they play in the D League. The second rounders, I mean, it's so unpredictable. If you're a first round player, at least, you're going to get some minutes at some point in the NBA. But second rounders, I mean, if there's garbage time, then yeah, you can get out there. But how often is there going to be garbage time? I mean, honestly, even on the Sixers, the guy, Timothy Luwawu, or whatever his name is, he was picked by the Sixers, I think, in the draft. I don't even know when he was picked, but I mean, that guy, he didn't play for so long, and I don't even know if he was injured, and I don't think he was, but you're on the Sixers, and the Sixers aren't a very good team, as we all know, but why isn't he getting in the game? And, there's a lot of times where it's like that. You think of why aren't these guys getting in the game? Well, Isaiah Thomas was a 60th overall pick, and he easily could have been one of those guys, but Isaiah Thomas, I believe, was averaging double figures even in his rookie season as a 60th overall pick, so he was surprising people right out the gate, and even went on to average 20 points per game in Sacramento before being traded. And people didn't look at this guy as a star in Sacramento. No, they didn't, because Sacramento wasn't a winning team. I believe there were 3 guys on that Sacramento team that year that were averaging 20 plus in Boogie Cousins, Rudy Gay, and of course Isaiah Thomas. Thomas was the guy to leave just because, he was getting offered not a lot of money. I don't think they were offering much money at all, and he was like, no, I'm not taking that. Whatever. He goes on to play for, I believe, the Phoenix Suns. I think he signed there. I don't think he was traded there. Maybe he was traded. Guys, I'm not exactly sure, so fill me in the comments if he was traded or just signed to the Phoenix Suns after his departure from Sacramento. Then Isaiah Thomas in Phoenix, things don't exactly work out because they tried to play a 3-point guard rotation of Bledsoe, Dragic, and Thomas, 3 starting caliber point guards, and it didn't really work out. So he was traded to Boston, finished the season with Boston strong, came back last year and played some great basketball, solidified that starting spot. He was actually coming off the bench for the Celtics when he first got there, but he worked his way into that starting role. And now you look at him. 28 points. 28 points per game from a 5'9" guy. That's something that we've never seen before. And it reminds me of Allen Iverson. I always love to compare Isaiah Thomas to Allen Iverson just because such small size. These are 2 guys that get to the basket extremely well. They finish over the top of these super tall power forwards and centers that are defending, that are rim protecting at the basket. But Isaiah Thomas handles it. I mean, he's shooting 45% from the field and 36% from 3 right now. He's taking 7 threes a game. He's chucking the threes up, and he's making a good amount, that 36%. 90% from the line, okay? Turnovers, he only turns it over 2 times a game. That's absolutely exceptional for a starting point guard that averages 28, turning it over 2 times a game. That's fantastic. Yes, Isaiah Thomas isn't exactly the greatest defensive player, but the point is, he had 52 last night. That's what this video is about. I know it took a while to get really to the point of that, but I made a video about he's a star and how he is a star. People don't understand that he's a star. I always heard these analysts talk about Isaiah Thomas. I read these articles. I like Isaiah Thomas. He's one of my favorite players in the league just because of his size. And I'm a small guy, and I'm about Isaiah Thomas's height in real life. This is a guy that he can really do so much. It just gives hope to people. If you're short, you can still play basketball. a lot of people growing up, including me, have the idea that just they're at a huge disadvantage if they're short, and they might be at a disadvantage. But Isaiah Thomas is giving everybody out there hope that's, not fortunate to be 6'3" or 6'5" or whatever. So Isaiah Thomas at 28 points, 6 assists per game, absolutely balling out this year. Apparently still isn't a star player. Apparently the Celtics still need a star. Apparently the Celtics need to trade for a star. And maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing for the Boston Celtics to trade for DeMarcus Cousins and get another guy in there. But you can't tell me the Celtics don't have a star. I mean, that's ridiculous. If Isaiah Thomas is not a star, then what's we only have 5 or 6 stars in the league. It's not saying Isaiah Thomas is a top 7 player. I'm not saying that. But if a guy like Kyrie is a star player to you, then I believe that Isaiah Thomas should be a star player too. And I'm not saying Isaiah Thomas is better than Kyrie, because I don't believe he is. But, we classify a guy like Kyrie as a star. There isn't anybody, I don't think, out there that's not a hater that would say some shit like Kyrie Irving's not a star player. I mean, everybody knows that already. Isaiah Thomas, there's people that don't know that. Why? Isaiah Thomas can do so much on the basketball floor in terms of scoring. Kyrie comes into this league, he's a scoring player. Isaiah Thomas is a scoring player. They should be getting similar recognition, but, Kyrie, because he's in the finals, because he won a finals, I get that. But Isaiah Thomas is the best player on his team. I mean, he's leading his team to a 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. I mean, that's gotta get some recognition. And we're gonna be talking about right now about what he did last night. 52 points. How about the 29 points in the fourth quarter? This guy's second in the NBA in fourth quarter scoring. He's a machine. When those last 12 minutes, in the game, you give this guy the ball, you get out of the way, and you let him do his thing, because he was on fire last night. He was hitting threes from everywhere on the court, 9 for 12 from the 3-point line. That's absolutely mind-blowing. This guy's something. I mean, this guy needs to be covered more. We need more of Isaiah Thomas. 5'9" talent. How is this guy being overlooked? How? I mean, if there's a 5'9" guy in the NBA scoring 28 a game and leading his team to a 3rd seed, how is he underrated? How is he overlooked? Why? How is that even possible? I mean, are you kidding me? And I'm not talking about by fans. I'm talking about by the press. Because I know that NBA fans, they know Isaiah Thomas. It's crazy. Maybe they're still underrated by fans. But I'm talking about the analysts, the GMs, the so-called smart people, the people that are supposed to know their stuff. And if they know their stuff, then they should have a reason why Isaiah Thomas isn't a star player. And they should have changed their minds by now if, they were thinking that. Because I'm sure that a lot of analysts out there that were thinking that aren't thinking that anymore. But there probably are some that are still thinking that. And I'm probably going to hear it again before his career is all said and done, that the Boston Celtics need a star. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? I know Celtic fans out there are agreeing with me. I know that they believe this guy's a star. I mean, if this guy's a star, then, well, I guess every team needs LeBron or KD, right? Come on, man. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, this guy's ridiculous. 29 in the fourth quarter. That's just unheard of. I don't get really how you do that. The defense is all on you. I mean, if you're 5'9" and you're the second best fourth quarter player in the league, you got to think that you're going to attract some attention. The defense is probably going to be, centered around you. They're probably going to be on your ass. And if you're on pace to score 29 in a quarter, if you're scoring 29 in a quarter, I mean, you think that the more you score, the harder it is to score again, because everybody knows where the ball is going. Everybody knows that Isaiah Thomas, number 4, is going to be taking that shot, and he is, and it doesn't matter. I mean, he's literally lighting people up. Ridiculous. I don't think he even had an assist that game. That's the funniest thing. Isaiah Thomas I don't believe he had an assist last night. He had 52 points. Crazy shit from Isaiah Thomas. I hope that this guy continues to do his thing, because look, 28 points per game for a 5'9" guy. I've said it so many times, and it still doesn't sound like something that's actually happening. I mean, I feel like this is like my career or some shit. You make a 5'9" player and he's just scoring like crazy. I don't feel like this is real life, man. It's unbelievable. But yeah, this is just like another message. Like, people have to know Isaiah Thomas is for real. He is a star player in this league. And I mean, come on guys, recognize. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, idea down below, subscribe if you're new. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.